Okay, thank you guys for coming today. Happy March. I can't believe we're already at the 9th of the month. And again, I unfortunately picked a photo that does not match what's happening here in snowy New York City. But hopefully this is temporary and spring will be around the corner pretty soon. Number of birthdays, a couple happened, a couple kind of happening and stuff like that. Ify's was March 5th. Tanya's was March 7th, so earlier this week. Renee and Tristam are both on the 11th, so happy birthday to you guys. You got the next ones coming up. Kostas on the 14th, Kirsten on the 23rd, Fatu on the 28th, and William Parkinson on the 31st. So happy birthday to everyone who is having a birthday in March. Again, I always say this, if you know of anyone who has their license or is thinking about getting their license, please introduce me. Many of you have been great. Thank you to Peter. Thank you to Christine. Thank you to Nikki for sending over people to talk to. We especially need coverage in Queens. We are getting like an overwhelming number of Rocket Homes buyers in Queens. So if you are open to working with buyers in Queens, let me know. I know many of you are out with people already from Rocket Homes. We could use one or two more people who kind of live out in Queens, are members of LIBOR, which we can get them onto. And again, there is a bonus for referring experienced agents. Again, we'll take people wherever they are, as long as they're a good match for our team and willing to work hard like all of you guys do. So please just feel free to send an email introduction. Let me know. I can reach out to them if you do run across anyone in your business that seems great and looking for something more, looking for more leads, whatever it is. Here we go, Steve Jobs. I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance, right? This is a great quote. I really like this one. You guys are all entrepreneurs, right? You guys all own your own business. We're here in the office. Weichert is here to help partner with you for you to grow and scale and get to the goals that you have for your business. The biggest thing is perseverance. And, in this, I'll call out a couple people today. Michael Attilio is a great example of this, right? He had his license previously. He joined Weichert. He was working really only with some rental clients. And he said, I really want to start doing sales. And he started taking out some of these leads that we have and working with people. And he's really scaled his business. And he's become an extremely successful entrepreneur with, dozens of closings at this point and working with a number of people because he kept going, right? The most successful new agents, again, Christine Farku, who was our Rookie of the Year last year, she really just started working, right? She didn't have much business. She said, what can I do? She did the things that we went over with her. She attended Accelerate, she attended trainings and things like that. And she's now one of our top agents. For someone who's brand new in the business, many of you guys are really doing what you need to. Again, Zach going around, grabbing a listing, taking out Rocket clients. And I'd like to call out Nicole Arias. And again, Nicole, I'm gonna ask you to talk in a little bit just about your experience so far, but she just started working, right? She didn't let the fact that someone ghosted her, didn't respond, working with another agent, whatever it is. And she's at a great point for being in the business for, about a month now. So again, perseverance is so important, right? We can't let one bad phone call, one lost listing opportunity, one client who decides not to buy really get us down, because we have to persevere, right? We have to keep going through this business to be successful. My experience in real estate, and again, I started 2008, one of the worst markets we've ever had. Right now, we're probably in the best market ever in New York City, in the history of New York City. When I started in 2008, I didn't do much business my first year, right? But I kept at it. And I had the support of people like Suzanne, like Karen, like Lily, a woman who works with us. And they helped me really build up my business to the point where it is today, right? And so it takes some time for some people. Other people have better success in the beginning, but you just have to keep going, right? You have to see every single experience that you have, right? Everyone that you talk to on the phone, every single person that you take out to see an apartment, every home that you preview as building your business and as building your knowledge of the neighborhood, right? So keep at it. Again, this market is great because many of you are becoming extremely successful very quickly, and keep at it, right? You always have to have things coming up in order to have a consistent paycheck and a consistent income in this business. So again, what are people seeing out there, right? I'd like to take a moment here just to talk about what is happening in the markets that you're working in. And as I mentioned, Nicole, if I can ask you to unmute for a second, if you can just tell a little bit about your experience and what you're seeing with your clients. Nicole lives in Westchester. She's kind of working in Westchester in the Bronx. What are you seeing out there? And just again, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about your experience so far with taking out clients and kind of the ups and downs of that.
Hey everyone, good afternoon. So really much so right here, right now is just pretty much a bidding war. Everybody wants the same property and is, just trying to go in with the best and getting your clients what they want. Yeah, I mean, the properties right now, the inventory is low. My clients are all fighting for the same property, so it's pretty much it's a bidding war going on right now.
And would you mind talking a little bit about the experience with Ernie and the bids and kind of, how you persevered through the no to get to a yes right now?
Yeah, well, he was looking at a condo and there was multiple offers on that condo. And, we just kept going at it. We kept talking to the agent, trying to find out what it was that the buyer, wanted, more or less words, and just trying to, be at that level that we can get that offer accepted. And we got it. And, we're working through it. So now we're trying to get that contract under.
Which is great. And again, one of the things that Nicole didn't mention is that, this is a more challenging buyer because they only want to put down 3.5%, right? And the seller didn't want that, right? They were like, no, we want 10%. And then they said, no, we want 5%. And Nicole kept following up, right? I think that's the biggest thing that you did, right? You kept following up with the seller's agent saying, what's going on? Have they signed the contract? When the cash offer came in, she said, okay, keep us updated. And just staying in touch with people. You never know what's going to happen in a deal, right? Deals go south all the time for whatever reasons, right? Something with the buyer, something with the financing, something with the seller. You never know.
And I also realized that more so the seller's agent, they're not in a competition with you. They want to help you. So if you keep that dialogue open and, you reach out to them and you try to keep that friendly basis, they're more than willing, to help you as well.
That's great. Yeah. Because again, they obviously want to sell the property, right? And the better terms for their seller, the better. But if a good, a perfect offer falls apart, then they're going to be more willing to take, maybe a less than perfect offer, but still a strong one. So awesome. Well, what are other people seeing? Would anyone like to share kind of the clients they're taking out and what they're seeing happen out there? Again, I think, different areas where we work, we've got different things going on. Who can I call on?
Jason,
Zach,
just at was it Arias? Sorry.
Nicole. Yeah.
Oh, Nicole. Sorry. Similar kind of thing with the buyers I had yesterday that I'd had an offer in, and I try and cover them by asking the seller's agent, hey, can you just make sure you'll let me know before you proceed with another offer, or you'll touch base with me before you proceed with another offer. And I find it's happened twice now. They say, yeah, absolutely, promise we'll let you know. But then next I hear from them is, oh, we went with another offer. And I know it's because they're probably higher down payment or all cash. That seems to be because quite a bit they're the same asking. Both came in at the same price, and that would only be. But they're very So I just had that feedback. I don't know if anyone else is having that problem, or if you would recommend even trying to cover your buyer's position in the offer process by doing it like that, because it seems like they just lie to you. Not trying to be negative, but
no. I think again, does anyone want to comment on that, and I can give my opinion. Laura, you've been doing this for some time. How do you usually interact with a seller's agent if you know that there's kind of multiple offers, or if you know that there's a lot going on?
Hey guys, yeah, I've been through this kind of market a couple of times already. it was like this in 2004, 2005, and I see it happening all over again. We have, well, in New Jersey, we have the escalation clause, which was very helpful up to a point. Recently, they're not accepting escalation clause anymore, as I think in New York, they don't do that.
Usually,
But
no, yeah.
yeah, but yeah, just keeping in touch with them and being nice to them, and it can only hope. There is no. I'm always skeptical if they have their own offers, so I always call and ask if they do, in a way that don't make them mad or anything. To figure it out, to if I'm talking to the right person, if they have their own offer, I'd rather talk to their broker instead, to avoid any type of conflicts. If they're okay with that, I just follow their instructions. And in some markets, I see there's very good instructions from the listing agents. It makes things more transparent and easier. Some markets don't. They're just trying to do their own thing, or it's just maybe some brokers don't. But hopefully, most brokers now are more cooperative on this market, better than 10 years ago, way better. Used to be much more, lots of exclusives, and they're selling their own listings and stuff. Now it's more, I've been through the process on both sides of the deal myself, and it's painful. So I understand the listing agent would be in a very bad position to have his own offer. I feel sorry for them. I don't want to be in that position ever again. So if they have their own offer, good luck. Go ahead. I'll find something else. Most listing agents don't. They rather not be in that position. So it's easier to coordinate and follow their instructions, whichever that may lead. I learned to be transparent with the listing agent and transparent with my buyers. So everything they tell me, I let the buyers know and let them make a decision. I give my opinion, but they have to make their own decision. I can't force them to do what they have to do. If they want the property, just do what they have to do. This is the market, and this is the reality. Do it or don't. We may find something else if you don't want this one.
Exactly. And I think that's a really great point. There are so many things that a seller or a seller's broker may ask for. And, our job is to relay those things and to make sure they're informed of what else is happening, right? That's our biggest thing, right? We want to make sure they understand what's happening, but we don't ever want to force them or put them into a position where they feel like we're pushing them too far, right? Some people's budgets are their budgets. They can't go any higher, right? I wish Doug could give them a higher pre-approval, but unfortunately they're at the number that they are, and that's really, tight. And so you can say, well, this might get it done for them, or this might help you get the property and stuff like that. But, for me, and again, I hope for all of you, our biggest goal is to be the person that they trust. So when they do buy a property, they use you, and then they use you when they sell that property and buy their next property, right? If you become, if you come off as too pushy or too forceful, you can totally just lose a client. And again, someone you've even worked with for weeks or months might say, you know what, this is not the style of broker that I want. And that's why the relationship is so important to maintain. And if it means that it's going to take longer to find a property, that's okay.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Again, I think generally what we're seeing out there, Christine Cameron and Robert just listed a new property, multiple offers within the first day. They have a accepted offer already, right? And we are seeing, if the property is priced well, if it's a reasonable property, right? Not something that's falling apart or needs too much renovation or something like that, that we are seeing things go very quickly. And if a good property comes on the market, it goes in the first week. And that's what we're seeing at $350,000 price points and $3.5 million price points, right? I'm working with a friend of mine who's looking to buy either a condo or a multifamily And the good things are getting multiple offers within a week, right? Even if it's at a crazy price point. And there are a number of factors that go into that: interest rates and concern about interest rates, the number of buyers who are out there trying to beat the spring market, which is already here, right? The spring market's here. It's been here since mid-February. So, preparation is key in making sure that your clients understand the asking price is, at this point, usually a starting point, right? That's not, let's negotiate on that, right? Usually that's the starting point. Again, maybe if it's on the market for 3 or 4 weeks, they don't have offers, you have some room, but generally the asking price is a starting point, and many things are going for above asking across the city. So again, just prepare your clients, not to say that you're not going to get something, not to say there's not stuff out there, but it is a tricky market right now. So the more you can prepare them for that, the buyer consultation, which we did on Tuesday at the workshop, review that. If you haven't done it with your clients, it's a great way to build their trust, as well as to make sure that they are prepared for the market that we're in. Again, prospecting sessions every day from 11 to 12. Great time to call Weichert Lead Network leads, to reach out to people who came to your open houses, to work on cleaning up your My Weichert system and your CRM and things like that. The more times you attend this, the more times you hear these dialogues, the better you'll get at making the calls. And the worst thing you can do on these call sessions after the first or second time is just sit there and not make calls, right? Really, in order to get money out of this, to get results out of this, you have to make the calls as well. And if you have questions about the scripts you should be using, who you should be calling, anything like that, right? Let me know. I can help go over it with you. We can put together lists of people you can call. You can get on Lead Network and call some of the old Weichert leads to see where they are in the process. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get on it, and the easier it becomes, the more successful you are at every call session. So put that in your calendar. If it's not there, again, I send the Zoom link out every night and every morning. For everyone who is a member of REBNY, and again, now we have a number of agents who are REBNY and or LIBOR, but for anyone who's on REBNY, the dues are due for 2022, right? You need to pay by March 30th, or they will shut the feed off to your My Weichert website, and you won't be able to co-broke with other agents at the REBNY firms. Again, you should have received a invoice. If you didn't receive it, log into rebny.com in the top right-hand corner. You can pay your dues there. So please get that buttoned up by the end of March if you haven't paid for 2022. Obviously, if you're a new agent who joined in 2022, you probably already paid. So it should be, I think, $400 for any salesperson and $550 for any associate brokers for the 2022 dues. And just as a reminder, they have a voluntary PAC contribution. You do not have to make that if you don't want to. So you can uncheck that when you are paying for your dues. Again, our weekly workshop is Tuesdays at 12. We're just keeping it at 12 because we weren't having many people come to the night session. Next week, we're going to be talking about how to find more sellers, right? This is a great market to have a sales listing, right? You're not only going to get potential buyer leads, but the property will sell, right? It's a matter of time. The property will sell in the market that we're in right now. So this past week, we went over the buyer consult. You guys have the video and a version of the consultation there. We're going to be talking about how to find more sellers and how to go after them to kind of wrap up our month of seller prospecting. So our quarter. Again, the listing competition is ending at the end of this month. You get points for everything that you do. Emails through My Weichert, calls through My Weichert, text through My Weichert, postcards sent through the Design Center. 50 points for each listing appointment, 20 per open house that you hosted, and 100 for every listing that you signed, right? We'll add these up at the end of the month. I'm going to send out the sheet towards the end of this month, so you can kind of compile everything. We can go over how to pull all the emails and whatnot that you sent through My Weichert. First place gets a $500 gift card for either the Design Center or My Weichert. Second place gets a $250 gift card for the same place, again, to help you get more business. A couple friendly reminders, right? The first is that if you're hosting open houses, and by hosting an open house, that means that over the course of the week, you've put online, I'm having an open house here. It can be by appointment or not, doesn't matter. When you do that at the end of the week, so Sunday when you're done with your open houses for the week, you're going to send Rudolin, and Rudolin I'll introduce in a little bit. She's our new processor and MTS. You're going to text Rudolin or email to her your total open house numbers for the week. That's a number that she has to report every Monday morning. Again, I had 1 open house, 3 people came. I had 5 open houses, 10 people came. Whatever the numbers are, I had 2 open houses, no one came. It's okay, whatever the numbers are. It's just so we can keep track of the number of people that are coming to our listings across different price points. Just a reminder about processing timelines. Again, the overnights are sent on Tuesdays and Thursdays to corporate. The Tuesday one, as long as all the documentation's in advance, you should be paid by Thursday. The Thursday one, you should be paid by Monday. And again, if there is any delays in getting an OP, getting any payments, you can let Rudolin and I know. We can help follow up with you on that. If you need a listing presentation, just let us know. We can put that together for you pretty quickly. Again, in this market, great time to be going after listings. Even if they're a little overpriced, we can probably get them sold pretty quickly. And just a reminder, my YouTube channel, Dig Murlo, DIGMURLO, has all of our videos. Again, every link that I send with the videos, on a weekly basis, again, I'll send one with this. If you just go to the channel, you can subscribe to it. You can go back and see all the trainings we've done since COVID started about the last 2 years. I keep updating them so that there's new material on there as we do them every week. But again, if you say, hey, I forgot how to do the listing presentation, there's a video on there, right? How to do the buyer consultation. We just did that. Go watch it. Happy to go over stuff with you. But usually what I say is, did you watch the video? If you say no, I say, watch the video, then let's go over it. Just a good way for you to always have handy any of the trainings that we've done here in the New York offices over the last 2 years. With that, again, I'd like to introduce Rudolin Sylvain. Some of you know her. Rudolin's been an agent with us since the end of 2019. She is our new processing, marketing, and technology manager. Her cell phone number is on here, and her email for now. She'll be getting a Weichert email shortly. Just started on Monday. And Rudolin, if you want to kind of introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, so I just started. I am looking forward to meeting you all. I am still going through my training. So eventually I'll be supporting you guys fully. But for now, if you guys need any sort of support on your target area as far as zip codes, so we can upload those, I'm happy to support you guys on those. Feel free to text me at any time, and then I'll get to it. We can connect from that point on.
Yeah, so again, if there's any marketing area that you would like the zip codes, Rudolin's been working on a project so that we will have a database of all the New York zip codes. Again, New York City, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx. If you're doing stuff in Long Island, just let her know, right? And give her a day or so. She'll get those zip codes up and she'll get them imported into your KV Core for you with the appropriate zip code so that it's the first step is done for you sending out those mass emails.
Right.
Awesome. And again, these emails do work. If I can, Zach has told us his story about sending them. Christine, can I call on you for a second just to talk about, what you sent to the West Village and what the results were on that?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah, so the emails definitely do work. I need to send them more. I don't do them enough. But I sent one probably like a month ago to the West Village, and I got a response that just said, we have a 4-bedroom, 4-bath with a private outdoor space. What would this be worth? So I called them back. I had a phone conversation. They had a lot of questions about who pays the fee, and they were, they're not hesitant, but they definitely had a lot of questions. And then I went to see the property. And, then they're relocating to Florida. So they had some stuff in there, but basically I got a little nervous because I followed up and I didn't hear back for like a few days. I'm like, oh no, like I lost it. But then I sent them some comps and then they started responding again. And long story short, we're going to take photos tomorrow. And then I'm going to list it on April 1st. So, and it's an expensive rental. So it's like, they do work. I sent another one to Gramercy last week. I got literally nothing. So it's like hit or miss.
What's the fee there, right? perseverance, right? You got to keep sending them. It's not the first one that you're
Right.
gonna get the response on.
Exactly.
And Christine, how many listings or sales have you gotten either directly from or as an indirect result of these emails?
Oh God. So I've gotten two sale listings. One is a very big HCFC, which I've gotten a lot of leads from, some which I'm currently working on. And I also helped, someone sell their apartment and buy in the West Village.
And they referred
Yeah,
you to
it's
someone
just-
else.
Exactly. Now, I kind of have to write it down. I don't really know.
It's a
More
lot.
than three.
It's a lot of business that Christine got off it. And Christine, can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
What is the referral fee due on these mass email blasts?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's
And
the
once the zip
best.
codes
It's
are
so
in,
much
how long does it
better.
take you? How long does it take you to send the email?
I would say like 5 minutes, and Jason is really good with words, so I always email him not always, but like most of the time, and it takes him 2 seconds, and he like fixes it and makes it sound better than I can. So, Jason's here to help you. I definitely recommend you do them. And you're not like, you can't just do it once and be like, Christine said this works. No, you have to keep doing it. And I personally don't even do them enough. I really should do it once a week when I'm working on being better with that. But it's persistent and it's easy and it's free.
It's the best for me. It's the best thing for you guys, right? You do not owe a referral fee, right? That's the best part. It takes 5 minutes to get a listing, or again, maybe 5 minutes 10 times to get a listing. Let's say, is it worth 50 minutes to get a listing that you're not going to pay a referral on? To me, yes, right. And the only thing stopping you from sending these is you. So keep at it. So again, Rudalin's going to be here to help you guys with this marketing, to reach out, to send postcards, to do all these other things. She's going through training right now, so we're going to kind of have a lot more access from her within the next week, but or next 2 weeks. But she'll be reaching out to everyone. She'll know all of you. You'll know her. She's great, and she's in the office. She won't be in on Thursday, but she's basically in the office every day. So if you need help with stuff, as once she's done with her training, set up one-on-ones, and we'll be going through her schedule, her trainings, and things like that too. So awesome. Well, thanks again, Rudalin. We're excited to have you.
Thank you.
Jamie couldn't make it today. He's got some conflicts now, but Jamie Goldberg, for those of you who have not met him yet, is our amazing insurance specialist. His cell phone and email are on here. Any type of insurance that any of your clients need, except for health insurance, basically Jamie can help with. Renters insurance, homeowners insurance, and auto insurance are the three biggest ones that people, in our market area will potentially need. They also do life insurance and pet insurance and whatever you can possibly want. As an agent, so you personally, right? You can talk to Jamie, get him to check your insurance quote. You get $50 to Amazon that comes within a month or so. Great way to get $50 for free. I don't understand why anyone wouldn't do this. So, reach out to Jamie if you have not done that yet. And with that, I will hit it over to Doug. Doug, again, our amazing Weichert financial mortgage specialist. His info's here. If you don't have it, again, put it in your phone if you're a new agent. It's on all the slides. So I always tell everyone, if you ask me what's Doug's info, I usually send it, but it's always in the slides. So I got the slides for you, Doug.
Great. Thanks, Jason. All right. So I'm just going to give you a brief update of what's going on sort of in the overall economy, but specifically to how it affects interest rates. Everything's sort of intertwined. There's three main things going on right now. I would say jobs, inflation, and Ukraine in no particular order. And they're all having an impact on a lot of factors of the economy, but certainly interest rates. So jobs are very strong right now, which is good. We're almost back to pre-pandemic levels with employment. So that's good news. As far as inflation goes, inflation still tends to be a problem. Part of what the Federal Reserve has to do is try to manage inflation. It doesn't run away. When their major tool for managing is to sort of pump the brakes by raising interest rates, which is what they are planning on doing, and they're probably going to keep doing at least through the end of this year, and I would say probably past that. We also have the Ukraine situation, which is sort of has a mixed impact on retail rates, because on the one hand, there is a worldwide conflict going on, which many times would lead to a flight to quality. People would sell equities and go into bonds. We've seen some of that. But on the other side of that, it's causing retail inflation, certainly with gasoline and everything that's related to the transportation. So that's sort of a mixed bag. But if we roll everything up and we look at the chart showing rates for the week, we actually improved week over week by about 13 basis points. So we're just below 4%. This is on the 30-year fix. This is a national average. This is not for co-ops per se. It's for Fannie and Freddie, I would say non-co-op type deals. But 3.96, there was a very long time when we were hovering around 3, just above or below 3. Now we're hovering just above or below 4. And the writing seems to say that this is going to continue to go up. So if there is good news, if there's a takeaway, there's a call to action for your customers. If they're looking at just the cost of money, it's still a very good time to be borrowing, and it's probably going to get more expensive as time goes on. So if you have somebody who's doesn't think that they can buy a home, they don't think they have enough money, they might be able to. I mean, have them give me a call. I can go over the numbers with them. For whatever reason, a first-time buyer, if you ask them how much do they have to put down, they mostly say 20%, and that's not true. A co-op might require 20%, but there's other avenues that don't require 20%, and I can go over all that with them, and maybe they can buy and they don't know it. So just keep that in mind. Let's go to the next slide if we could. So we have a bit of a tech update. Let's go to the next slide. We have a couple good things going on right now. One of them is Blend, which I'll talk about in a second. Another is Blue Pay. That's just an easier way for customers to pay for appraisals. They just get a link, enter their credit card information. It's real easy. And we're using SnapDocs, which helps make closings a little easier too. We're going to the point, getting towards virtual closings. Let's talk about Blend for a moment. Blend is a separate app that interfaces with our mortgage software. What's good about it is it's a streamlining the application process. I can use it to run scenarios and credit and compare things, do automatic underwriting. I also, once I finish my pre-approval, I set sort of a maximum borrowing amount for a particular borrower. There is an app that you can get from the Play Store, Blend app, and you can access it. And if the customer checks a box and says, I want my realtor to be informed, you can be informed of the progress of the loan the same as I am. And you can also even update a pre-approval if you needed it. I'm going to set a maximum. This person can borrow 600,000 or whatever. As long as you're below the maximum, you can actually go in and issue your own pre-approval, believe it or not, based on my parameters that I set up. So it gives you flexibility. If for some reason I was unavailable, you can actually amend a pre-approval on your own if there was a situation that required it. So that's good.
That's great if someone's offering below their top number. You don't have to disclose how high they can go, and you can always play around with that, right? If they're looking,
exactly.
If they're approved up to 600,000, they want to, and the property is 550, you can put in a 550 letter, and then if you see there's multiple bids, you can do one at 575 or 600, whatever you need. That's really great, Doug.
Yeah, it gives you the flexibility. I try to be available, but of course I can't always be available. This is a tool that allows you to do it on your own up to the parameters that I preset. So that's really good news.
That's great.
Let's look at the next slide relating to this. Like I mentioned, you can get, as long as the customer agrees, you can get updates on the progress of the loan, when the appraisal is done, when the commitment is issued, what even the conditions are. So you could be very, very involved in this process. The other thing is, it allows the customer, depending upon if they use, most people today, not everyone, has the ability to log into their bank, through the internet. This interface will allow them to access their bank statements directly through it and download them to our system. So they don't have to then get me statements and email them or upload them. They can get them right through the system. The same thing with pay stubs and W-2s, depending upon where they work. If they work for a large place or municipality, a large company, we probably have a third party that can access their income docs directly from there. So they don't have to go and locate their W-2s or their pay stubs. It makes the process a lot easier. And this is, it's technology based. So this is all can be done all over the phone. And this is what certainly a lot of the millennials, that's what they want. So we're kind of, I think we're ahead of the curve with a lot of places as far as our technology goes right now. This is for the guarantee, so we can skip this. I just want to say, if I can help anybody with anything, just let me know. If you're sitting in open house, if you're doing an open house and you want an affordability sheet, let me know. If you have any questions about, loan parameters, what is a down payment that's required, or credit score, or loan amount, anything like that. And I just want to remind people, we are consistently getting co-op approvals within 3 to 5 business days of submission. So if you have someone that's on a short time frame that they want to close quickly, this will enable you to submit the board package quicker. So keep that in mind too. And again, if I can help anybody, just let me know. And if you could just remember just to mention me to your customers, I greatly appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Doug.
Thanks.
With that, we're going to go to congratulations, and then we'll have some time if anyone has any new listings they'd like to talk about. Again, these lists keep getting longer. You guys, we are doing extremely well. I guess I didn't mention it before, but I actually won the Manager of the Year for our region, which includes New York City, New York State, and kind of the most eastern part of New Jersey. And our office actually won for the #1 across the 115 or so corporate offices for improvement. And so that's all thanks to you guys. We did an amazing job last year, and we're already kind of surpassing our crazy numbers from last year. So everyone's doing extremely well. Keep it up. And again, if you need more opportunities, let me know. But again, these lists, as you'll see, are pretty long. Congratulations on rentals done. Voss, Christine, Anthony, Paris, Zach, Michael, Brian, Stephanie, Eunice, Michelle, Josh. I probably missed some people, and I apologize if I did. Signed contracts, and to me, the best part, we got 2 people with their first contract signed. So congratulations to Nicole, first contract signed. I think this is a record. She did it within her first 4 weeks as a licensed agent. So congratulations to Nicole. Brian, again, top rental agent, first contract signed for a friend buying. Congratulations to Brian. Ken Epstein, contract signed. Congratulations. Kelly Chow. Congratulations to Kelly. Anthony, Christine, congratulations, guys. Will Wade has a couple. Laura has one. And I probably missed some people, so I apologize on that as well. And closings, right? Fatu had her first closing yesterday, so congratulations to Fatu. Leslie had multiple closings. Robert, Lewis, Ellen, Tanya, Claire, second closing for Claire, Michelle, Eunice, Peter. Congratulations to everyone. And again, if I missed you, I really, really apologize. And we have a number of new sale listings. Leslie has one. Michelle and Eunice have one. Peter has a couple. Laura has some. Again, I'll give you guys time to announce them in a moment if you would like to. Christine and Robert also have a new one, which already has an accepted offer. Julie Wu also has one, already has an accepted offer. Things are kind of flying off the shelves these days. Again, if they're well priced in good neighborhoods. So this is the best time to sell, right? If someone has ever thought about selling a property, they're going to get more money right now. They should list right now, well, before interest rates go up, which will affect their price that they get. So again, I always like to leave some time. Laura, I don't know if you're still on. I don't think he is. He had to go to another meeting. Does anyone have any listings that they would like to announce, or anything that they are looking for in terms of a property for one of their clients? Going once, going twice. Okay, I'll announce. I have 2 new rental listings coming up in Greenwich Village. One for April 1st and one for April 1st and one for May 1st. It's going to be about $6,800 a month, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, floor through units in a brownstone. Nice space. It's about 1,100 plus square feet. Also has a small terrace off both of them for nice outdoor space and whatnot. Heart of Greenwich Village. Let me know if you have anyone for that. One will be listed as of later this week, as soon as I know when I have access to it. And I also have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath coming up in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg. $10,000 a month, which is under market. Great condo building with a massive common roof deck. Again, I'll send that out to everyone once it actually comes live. Christine, you want to talk about the Queens one you guys have coming up? Anyone else? No? Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time. I'm going to stop the recording. Have a great rest of the day.